Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne. And I'm bringing you a video tonight titled, Why Sexually Attractive Men and Younger Women Just Make Sense. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it, okay? Why sexually attractive men and younger women just make sense. This is a follow-up to yesterday's video that I made, the sexually attractive man, younger women who explore him. And in the comments, there was someone talking about I should have touched on the ease of connecting with a younger woman. And that's something that I did want to touch on in yesterday's video, but I try to keep them in 30 minutes, so I don't always get to say everything I want to say. So what he wanted me to say is something that I planned on saying. So here's pretty much part 2 to yesterday's video. Sexually attractive men. Why sexually attractive men and younger women just make sense, okay? They make sense because, like the gentleman in the comments said, there is an ease to connecting with a younger woman as a sexually attractive man who may be older than her. There's an ease in comparison to women your age. And the ease comes about because the younger woman doesn't have the naturally observable and frequent disdain for men that you're going to find in older women. Because the younger woman, she doesn't have to, she chooses you out of desire. The older woman would choose you out of necessity, out of an element of desperation. And there's an ease when a younger woman knows that she's in the driver's seat and she gets to choose you out of pure desire and lust. There's an ease because there's going to be no games and power plays and all of the stupid shit that you're going to find when you deal with a lot of older women. The young woman's going to be absent of that, meaning that if she chooses you, then it's going to be an easy road to her because she's not going to be afraid of you not wanting her. She has a seat to the table with powerful men who not only want to have sex with her, but that want to be with her. So she has a decent, good selection of men. So she's not playing out of fear, she's playing out of desire. And an older woman, a lot of times when they get into the presence of an elevated, sexually attractive man, they're playing out of fear because they think that it's something about them that's going to make that man not want to stay. So that woman is going to try to get as much as she can out of that man while he's there. And she's going to make the road to sex very difficult because in her mind, you're not going to stick around. So she at least wants to feed her ego and say, you know what, I made him work for this. But that young woman, she's not afraid to lose you. And she's going to make everything easy because she can just go with what she wants in the moment. And a lot of times what she wants in the moment continues to want her in the future. So she's used to men not wanting to walk away and wanting more with her. And the older woman transversely has gotten older and she's used to men walking away. And so the road to those two women are going to be completely different. One is going to be filled with ease, the other is going to be filled with more difficulty. Now, there are exceptions. I'm not saying this is a blanket statement, but I'm saying this is what you're going to encounter a lot of times on both sides. And the the older woman has she actually has some advantages over the younger woman. And let me explain. Because if the woman is not like really old, like she still looks young, she's probably like early mid 30s or something like that, she still looks youthful, you know. So on a primal level, like she still does have some appeal to the kind of men that she wants to be with. And she spent her 20s, she know what it's like to lose good men by treating them like shit. And so when they hit the 30s and the attention towards them slows down in comparison to their 20s, then they naturally know what men are looking for. And that's the advantage that they have over that younger woman. But instead of exercising the advantage of changing their game to suit their new level of desirability, instead of changing their game, they go more rogue. They get more difficult as they get older. And that's what makes a lot of the older women more difficult, and they're self-destructive. When they're supposed to be dialing the dumb shit back, they actually increase in dumb shit that they feed to really successful, attractive men. And that's why they're rogue. And that's why a lot of times when you meet an older woman, you're going to have, you can pretty much, I'm not going to say guarantee, you can predict that this is a rogue woman that has not been able to stay under the leadership of a quality man. And this is the difference between an older woman and a younger woman, and why the younger woman makes more sense for the sexually attractive man. And so the older attractive woman, yeah, she still gets, hit on, and men still invite her places and things like that. But a lot of times you don't have to spend that much time with them to find out why they're single, because it's perplexing to see an older, let's say 30 something attractive woman. I mean, that, I mean, she was a banger back in the day. She might still be very attractive. And it's perplexing to say, how did she not get to keep a seat at some successful, attractive man's table? Because she was offered a seat, and every attractive, sexually attractive man tossed her back. And then you spend time with them, and you see that she is a product of the indoctrination of the sisterhood. The sisterhood is, these men ain't shit. We have more than them. We're single by choice. And we know what men really want, but we're so much better than them in our minds that we refuse to acquiesce to the simple things that these quality, attractive, sexually attractive men are looking for. So she's under the indoctrination of a self-destructive woman. And a lot of times, the difference between the younger girl, if she wants you, she wants you, but she has to want you for the right reason. I'll get more into that later in the video. So she just has a clean track towards you. There's no impediments. There's no, she hasn't been polluted. When she wants you, she wants you, and she's going to make it easy for you because she has a level of access to men, to quality men that she's satisfied with, meaning that she can just choose. But the older woman is, the clock has, is going towards striking midnight, or it struck midnight, where things just are not the same as she was in her 20s. And so the older woman, they'll meet the sexually attractive man, but they get nasty. I would say about 33, 32, 33 and beyond. Like, a lot of those women start to get nasty, especially in our community, the Black community, because they're so convinced that since they haven't been able to pair themselves with a quality Black man, then these Black men must not exist. And so they find one that exists. And what happens is that they have to immediately disrespect and undermine that man. Because if they don't undermine him, then they have to admit that he exists. And if they have to admit that he exists, then they have to admit that they have not been able to keep one and inspire one of those men to pair with them. So instead of them saying, you know what, I have some work to do, there are some quality Black men out here. Nope. These men don't exist. And so they meet the quality man, and I'll tell you how they carry it. And this is why it just makes more sense to be with the younger woman, because they haven't experienced this level of indoctrination and pollution from the sisterhood. See, the older woman will meet say like in my position, right? I'll meet an older woman, and it'll be a group of them, and they'll find out, they're going to, because, as the women get older, their identity shifts from youth and beauty to accomplishments and accolades and progression in the material world. So that's how they're going to size up every man, because that's their new value, because they can't just snap their fingers and get things from quality men anymore. So they have to make themselves feel better about themselves, since youth and beauty is gone, the ultimate currency when it comes to getting sexually attractive, elevated men. Since that currency has evaded them, then now the new currency is advancement in the material world, all the material bells and whistles, advanced degrees, houses, vehicles, and the $250,000, the standard $250,000 of debt that they're in outside of their mortgage. That's pretty much the bad bitch starter kit right there. All right. And so this is what they're gauging their value on. And so they're going to size you up as soon as they meet you. And they're going to look to undermine you, because they want to feel good about not being able to get a quality man. They want to feel good about being single, So they have conversations amongst themselves as they get older about how much further they are in life than black men. And so they meet the black man that's progressive, that's ahead in life, attractive, childless, successful. Everything that her and her girlfriend say that black men are not. And then when they meet that black man, what they say to him is they find out you don't have any children. They find out that you have a successful, flourishing, and thriving profession. They find out that you're educated. And they immediately go to undermine you. Immediately. Oh, you don't have any children? Are you gay? Oh, you do such and such for a living. What qualifies you to do that? These older black women are fucking nasty. And I'm saying that to say it just makes sense to go towards a younger woman. We're talking probabilities. Uh I'm not talking about just like just blanket like all of these women are like this, but I'm telling you, I'm out here in the field. I meet women. I'm doing the interviews. I'm in the field. I've been in this industry for a while, and by and large, this is what you're going to find in comparison from younger women to older women. It's just an easier road. And then, even the older women, who are pleasant and easy to be around, then they can get a quality man in their advanced age. That's what I'm saying. I'm not hitting the gavel on like older women or older black women, but by and large, there's a large segment that think that they're better than black men. And that's and the viewer of my channel, the sexy attractive man, he's advanced in life. And so I'm speaking to you in terms of what you're going to face as an advanced, sexually attractive man. That's what you're going to face. And that's why it makes sense to deal with younger women. It just makes sense. And the beautiful part about this is that I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Getting with a younger woman that's significantly younger than you, let's say 8 to 10, 15 years and beyond, it happens, but it's not normal. Once again, let me say that again. It happens, but it is not normal. Meaning that if you're not a sex symbol, then don't go after young, beautiful women. Just don't do it. If you haven't developed yourself into a man that women approach, that women are receptive to, that women offer themselves to, then it's probably not the best idea to go after a young, gorgeous woman in the prime of her beauty. Because if she's not primarily stimulated by you, then the only reason that she's going to stay in your space is to get something from you. There's going to be an exchange, an unequal exchange. So if you develop yourself into a sex symbol, see that young girl, she doesn't wake up at 24, 25 and say, you know what? I want a man that's 10 years older than me. Like they don't wake up and say shit like that. Like they are attracted to men in their age group. Okay. So you have to be a sex symbol so that her reality of what she thinks she wants is interrupted by the observation of what she desires. You have to be a sex symbol. Because when a young woman comes across an older man who's a sex symbol, who's so physically appealing that her reality is suspended when she lays eyes on him, that's a sex symbol. And every man, whatever hand you were dealt, your gifts, your talents, abilities, your physical hand that you were dealt from God, you have to play the hell out of that hand. Don't hear the word sex symbol and think, oh, it can never be me. Why don't you maximize yourself and see what comes back to you? So when that young woman sees that sex symbol, she can even be surprised about how she connects with certain guys that are older than her, because that's not what she wakes up and says she wants. And so if you get into a space of a younger woman who offers herself to you, who does say, oh, I hope I'm not being too forward, but I really want to see you, all the things I talked about in the video yesterday, if she is primarily attracted to you, then it's okay to take a go down a road with her. It's okay. It's not normal. And I'm not going to sit here and sell you a fantasy, but when you become a sexy, attractive sex symbol, then all norms are out the window. Everything is at your disposal. And given that reality, that's why it makes sense to deal with a younger woman. It's just less headaches. That older woman, she has the residue of her past most of the times. Children by another man. repeated heartaches from choosing the wrong men, a hatred for men because she is unwilling to face herself and accept her part in every dismal outcome that she's had in her life concerning men. That's why the sexy attractive man and the younger woman, it just makes sense, man. So when you get with that younger woman, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say is it's an automatic or it's sweet. No, she has to be primarily attracted to you. And when you get with her, you go down a road. And then you have to monitor her level of desire for you on a regular basis, meaning that is she coming towards you the same way that you're coming towards her? Because there's always a temptation to go back to the streets. This is the prime time of her life that she is supposed to be exploring. That's what society told her. And so you'll know if that younger woman is there for the right reasons once you face your first pocket of adversity. And if she's looking for reasons to resolve things with you, and she's looking for avenues to have solutions with you when adversity comes, then that is a woman that really seriously sees herself being with you. She's there for the right reasons. But if the adversity comes, even if she says she's falling in love with you and she can't keep her hands off you and you all are around each other all the time, when that adversity comes and she's looking for an avenue of escape and she's beginning to question things, then this was just a phase in her life. She saw an older man, he was attractive, and y'all had a thing. But don't make it more than that. Especially if you're willing to be with her, you're willing to find resolution, and she's looking for an avenue of escape. That's when this ran its course. Expiration date right there. So it's a bit of a conundrum that younger women are definitely easier to pair with as opposed to dealing with an older woman. But at the same time, you know, that younger woman, that's not her natural inclination either to deal with a man that's significantly older. That's not her natural inclination. Some younger women are just into that kind of thing. But I'm saying by and large, those young women are going to be dealing with men like in their age range. So that's just something that you have to become that sex symbol that you understand the motive of every woman that's in your space. And you have to, develop your eye enough through your experiences to understand the best options that are in front of you. The less difficult path to connecting to a woman, that's going to be your best option right there. And so the older women, they come with a lot of shit, man. The ones that are single, they're rogue, they have not been able to stay under the leadership of a quality man. You're going to have to deal with some shit. And maybe you have that level of patience. I don't recommend it. But when it comes to that younger woman and she's there for pure desire, she's not going to look at your accomplishments and try to undermine you and bring you down and shit on you like an older woman would do. And especially talking about in our community, you know, they won't try to bring you down. They'll show you off. That's how you know you have a good young woman that's there for the right reasons. She's going to show you off to her friends. She's going to stand beside you, and she's already told them about all of your accomplishments and how handsome you are. She's already told them that before y'all met, before she showed you off to her friends, man. So the same things that the older women would try to condemn and undermine, that young woman is going to be in a state of admiration, and she's going to show those things off. So there's a myriad of reasons why sexually attractive men and younger women just make sense, man. And I hope that you found some value in what I had to say. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight titled Why Sexy Attractive Men and Younger Women Just Make Sense. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And I hear you all in the comments, you want me to make videos on particular topics. Those are called custom videos. To get your custom video made by me and placed on my channel, you have to make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description. There's a note feature on PayPal and Cash App that after you make a donation, there's a note feature. And you can write the title of the video that you want me to make in the note feature. And if your title is a bit more expanded and nuanced to just leaving a note in the note feature, you still make your $150 or more donation to my PayPal and my Cash App. and then you bypass the note feature, and then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your more nuanced and in-depth description of who you want me to make your video on. I'll take a look at that, and I'll have your video up on my channel in 24 hours or less. Everything's fast over here. And if you know that you've been enhanced, if you have more clarity of mind, and you're better in being in the game as a result of encountering my message tonight in this video, I want you to make a donation to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description. I never tell you what to donate. Just donate according to how you've been impacted. I never take a donation for granted. Your donations continue to help me to elevate, grow, and move forward as I continue to be in position to bring you this elevated content so that you can elevate, grow, and move forward as well. If you're in need of coaching, if you have different challenges in the dating space, frustrations, impediments, if there's things that you repeatedly keep dealing with and encountering with women that you're unable to overcome, if there's cycles you just can't escape, I'm your dating coach. I have your answers. There's no situation with any woman that I cannot help you to find clarity and breakthroughs with so that you get the best outcomes because you're making the best decisions and you have the best lens because I'm going to give you that clarity. If you are in need of dating coaching, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, you leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space. I'm going to do an assessment. And I'm going to email you right back with the terms of the coaching. Once you accept the terms, we set a date and time, and you're going to get your breakthrough because the coaching is going to commence. Hit me up for your coaching. Also, I'm still looking to fill the remaining slots of the 5 individuals who want to take a year-long coaching journey with me. This is more extensive than just an hour-long coaching session. In this year-long coaching journey with me, you're going to get a minimum of 3 coaching calls per week, specified to exactly where you are and where you want to be in the dating space. I'm going to do an assessment of you as soon as we get together. And I'm going to see exactly where you are, make my assessments, and then gauge where you want to be. And I'm going to create a tailored coaching program for you that's going to be implemented in the very first coaching call. You're going to get breakthroughs and clarity to a degree that you can never imagine just from the very first coaching call. I'm going to blow your mind if you give me a year of your life. So in addition to that, you're going to have 24-hour access to me as well. That's why I'm only taking on 5 individuals. You can be in a situation with a woman. You can meet a woman on the dating app. You can be about to go on a date with a woman. You can have energy with a woman and things reverse and you don't quite know what to do. Or you can find a woman that you're really starting to like. Any scenario, you can hit me up and talk to me about it 24 hours a day. Text, email, phone call. I'm going to make myself accessible to you. And we're also going to meet up no matter where you are in the world. We're going to meet up at least one time. And I want to coach you in person. We're going to spend some time together. That's why I'm only taking on 5 individuals. This is a magical space that I'm offering for individuals who want exponential growth to get to places that they can never imagine they would be in life and in the dating space. So if you're interested in taking a year-long coaching journey with me, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave mentorship in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issues that you're facing in terms of where you are in the dating space and where you want to be. Outline that for me. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to email you back. I'm going to call you and we'll get on the phone and decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. Lastly, my dating coach community on the school platform is an amazing space. Thank you to everyone who's been signing up. In my dating coach community, what you're going to receive is a minimum of 2 videos every week that are exclusive and they're just for the community. And I allow the members of the community to give me topics for me to make custom videos on, and I put them in the community. And also, you're going to get once a week on Mondays, we have a live in the community where I do a monologue on a particular topic. I have something cutting edge. I have some game I want to spit. I spit that game, and then everyone who's on the live in the community gets to dialogue with me. We can dialogue back and forth about the game, whatever I spit that day. And when we're finished that, you have the remainder of the hour. You have an entire hour to ask me whatever you want to ask me. And I'm your dating coach in person once a week for an hour. There's nothing like this space. Every live that I've had is archived in the community. Every custom video that I've made is archived in the community as well. Okay. I have different special series I've made in the community. Becoming a Sexy Attractive Man, and I'm about to wrap up club nights. So I'm bringing special collections of videos that are actually turned into series within the community. It's nothing like that, man. You know, direct access to me every week is going to change your life, man. So everyone sign up for my dating coach community. That's all I have for you. Thank you all for spending some time with me tonight. And just understand why sexy, attractive men and younger women just make sense. It's not a given. It's not an automatic. The catalyst to even having that level of access to young, gorgeous women is becoming a sex symbol. Don't ever think becoming a sex symbol is outside of the range of possibilities for you. If you exert the right level of discipline and consistency, you can change yourself in a way that life will begin to respond to you differently in more elevated ways. That's when you become that sex symbol. That's when everything that was in your mind is now approaching your doorstep because you become the man that is a match for it. I'll see you all soon.